What's up, everyone? We're back with more American Truck Simulator, and I'm going to be showing you the classic Werner Enterprise setup you need for ATS. Let's go ahead and get started with this build. So a while back, someone had asked me if we could do a Werner truck. We could do something for Werner Enterprises, and absolutely, I'm all about that. I thought about it for a while, though, and I wanted something that really kind of embodied Werner. Like, there's two different Werners. There's the old school Werner and the newer one. So I wanted to do something old school, and I found this picture of this beautiful Freightliner Aerodyne in a Werner scheme that I just absolutely had to recreate. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to start with the Kenworth K100E Aerodyne. You can find this truck on the Steam Workshop. It's totally free. A really nicely done truck. First thing we want to do is go ahead and start with a scheme, right? We need to start with a base to just kind of get an idea of what it looks like. And yeah, that's looking pretty good, right? Like, that looks pretty dead on to the picture minus the chassis and all that. So we got to fix that stuff. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go to our truck accessories and let's get the bumper removed. It looks like it's going to be this one. I think that's pretty close to the picture, right? Pretty dang close. I don't think we're going to get any better than that. Let's also do the chassis. Let's go with the 6x4B. I think that's good. I'm trying to like determine if it's a little bit, it may be a little shorter. Yeah, I think it's going to be a little shorter because it looks like it's kind of hugged up against the trailer pretty good, right? So we'll go with that. Let's see. Let's go back to this and let's change out the fenders here. Go with the quarter fenders. There we go. Much better. Man, the fuel tank looks small though, right? Yeah, I kind of think the other chassis. Let's go back. Let's go to this one. I don't think it's going to be hugged up on the trailer quite as much. It looks like it looks a little different, but I think this is the closest one we're going to be able to get. Okay. Let's go ahead and go to the wheels. We'll put some steel rims on the back. I thought that was pretty interesting how they had the steel on the back and then the aluminum on the fronts. So we'll go that guy there, right? That's the one we want? Or is it? It's going to be this one. That is the one we want. Okay. And let's go to the other one here. It's part of Smarty's wheel pack for the wheels here. I was trying to get an idea of the lugs. I think maybe dark lugs. All right, well, I guess we'll just go with the two-piece flange nuts on this as well, too. I don't want to, like, get you guys into the res build stuff and all that. I don't want you to have to get a lot of mods to do this. So, Smarty's wheel pack. The Kenworth K100 and then the scheme. I'll link all this stuff in the description or in a comment down below. All right, next thing I want to look at as far as the picture is going to be this ladder. The ladder is a little bit narrow in the actual picture, so I think we need to go with something else if we can find it. Where is the ladder option going to be? Come on, I know you're in there somewhere. There we go. Ladder option is going to be on the door. Go figure. So it is actually on the door. I think it's going to be the original. Yeah, looking at the picture, that looks spot on, right? It's a little different. Like, we're trying to get it as close as we can, but it's going to be off a little bit. Also, we need some steps. Luckily, we've got those. We can put on the fuel tank. They don't have the rubber, like the rubber aero kit on the picture, but we're going to have to do that. Of course, the air intake's a little different as well, too. Yeah, that's more like a scoop, and we've only got the round intake, so I think we're going to have to go with that as well. Well, what else? The horn. The horn is going to be different. Where can we find the horns? Yeah, they don't have anything. Wow, I thought they had more customization on the horns than that. Maybe it's a non-Aerodyne, but that's the best we're going to be able to do. So yeah, the horns, we're going to have to make a little bit of concession with that. What else? The visor looks spot on. I think the visor is fine. What else we got here? We don't need the window trim. Yeah, we don't need anything for the visor. The lights are going to be a little different, but that's all we got. Like, we can only do what we have, so we'll go with that. What else could we do for this? What else could we do? Not sure about the back end. We can't see a picture of that, so that I think that's going to be fine. I think that's going to be fine. Yeah, like I said, we have to make some concessions on this thing, right? Like, it's not going to be 100%, but it's probably going to be 85 to 90% is what I'm thinking. I don't see anything else we need to do to this truck. Like, I think this is pretty spot on, right? Like just glancing at it, I mean, it looks pretty spot on. The scheme and everything looks really good. Yeah, I think this is perfect. I think we're not going to get it any better than this. Let's go ahead and move on to engine. Let's do an engine. I want to do an M11. Let's do the 370. It's a fleet truck, so let's make her a little bit on the weak side, right? Like, I don't think they give a lot of power. And this is going to be the Creech Bomb sound pack that you can get. So we'll use that, and we'll go to a transmission. I want to make this a 10-speed because, like I said, it is a fleet truck. Go with the 10. We could do a 6. You know, I've never done a 6 in game. I've never done a 6 in game, so I think we're going to do a 10. I don't think I would know what to do with a 6, honestly. I think we'll go with a 10. Interior. Okay, this is going to be tricky. I don't think it would be anything too crazy. I don't like the black because I think the black's just a little bit too dark. Let's go with the brown. I have no clue like what a fleet truck, you know, K100 would look like on the inside. I don't think it would be too crazy though. I think it'd be pretty plain Jane. So we'll do that. We got the GPS up here. What else could we do? Let's go to options. And I think it may just be standard wood grain that they would have. I don't know. I think it would be one of these two. Some of these get a little, like this one's a little noisy to me. Yeah, that's a little light. That might be okay. That's pretty plain. Like, that's a very plain wood grain, right? Like an IKEA wood grain. I don't know. I think we'll go with this. I think that'll be okay. And then on the center console, let's do some cabin accessories. And let's put, what could we put up here? Pepsi. I'm not a Pepsi guy. I want a Coke. Can we not do a Coke? Come on. I know there's a Coke in there somewhere. Yeah, that's kind of dicey, though. That might spill, but you know what? It'll be okay. We'll clean it up. All right. We've got our transmission. We've got our interior done. We've got our exterior done. I think we're good to go, guys. Let's go ahead and buy this thing, and we'll see about getting her out on the highway. $90,000. That's not bad. Not bad. I don't know how that compares for, like, back in the day compared to now, but 90 seems okay. All right, let's go ahead and buy it. All right, we're going to put this guy down in Dallas. Let's do that. We've got a ton of trucks I need to go through. I really need to go through and clean up my mods and like get rid of a bunch. Trailer. There's tons and tons of trailer schemes on the Steam Workshop, so we're not going to go into that too much, but we'll go ahead and set up a trailer real fast. Let's grab this dry van. We'll customize it. We'll make it a 53 footer. Let's do, yeah, let's do a dry van. Let's do 53 feet. Where are you at? 53 feet, sliding tandem front. We'll go with that. And let's look at the schemes for it here. Oops, not that one, that one. There we go. There's tons of Werners. I want something. Oh, it's not working for that trailer. Okay. Yeah, that's more like the old school. It's kind of close. It's not 100% because their trailers were kind of different back in the day. You know, like they were the what were those things called? Duraplate or something like that. But honestly, theirs were like some of the very first 53-foot trailers I could remember. Like those and Schneider were the two, but like they were weird. I don't know. Maybe you guys know better than I do what they were called, but I think that's honestly close enough. Yeah, I don't think we're going to find anything better than that. I've seen some fake version of those trailers where it's like in the scheme, but I think this is the best we're going to do. All right, let's go ahead and throw some new wheels on it, though. I kind of like to put something nice on there. Let's do these right here. There we go. And we'll grab those as well from the Smarty Wheel Pack. The back end looks good on that. We're not going to do the skirting up under it because they didn't have that back in the day. So, yeah, I think this is good. 78. Wow, $78,000. It's almost as much as the truck, right? That's crazy. We added $37,000 in options. Are you kidding me? Yeah, I don't know about that, but okay. Let's buy this bad boy and we'll throw him down at Dallas as well too. All right, real quick, I wanted to show you guys the map. I don't know if you noticed, if you kind of doped it out a little bit earlier, but we've got a lot more to the map. I went ahead, I put Coast to Coast back in, the newest version of Coast to Coast. And then I did the Midwest map mod as well, too. So it looks to be pretty nice, right? It's not bad. It's not bad. I go for that. So I think what we're going to do is just start heading up towards like Oklahoma City, Wichita, something like that. Get in the heart of the country, especially now that they're working on Kansas. You know, they're working on Oklahoma and Kansas. So hopefully we'll be seeing those sooner and later. Let's go ahead and find us a job for this. So for our original trip, I wanted to go Dallas up to Oklahoma City. I made that drive, and there is absolutely nothing between Oklahoma City and Dallas on this stretch right here. I guess that's part of like the coast to coast map. It's not getting into the Midwest map. And it reminds me a lot of the old school coast to coast map where it was just literally just highways on like flat ground. There wasn't much to it. So what we did is we did a quick transport up to Ogallala, and I think we're going to drive over to Omaha. We're just going to have to go empty. There's nothing. I can't get any loads, like unless they're like a ridiculously long trip, and I want to keep it kind of short. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go over here to Omaha. I was wanting to try to find some kind of truck stop or something over here we could go to, and we literally have nothing, so we'll just do that. We'll do that. All right, there we go. In our K100 Werner K100, pretty sweet truck. Let's drop her into second. Once again, she got 10 speed, a 370 horsepower M11. She is a nice truck. Which way do we need to go? Back to the left, and then to the left, and then to the right. See if we can swing her out of here and not catch that fence back there. Curve it a little bit. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We can handle it. Yeah, this is a nice truck. I really like it. The sound pack's great too. This is a Creech Bomb sound pack. You can find it over on the SES software forum. I try not to steer you guys to third-party sites because, man, they're so dicey. Like, some of them are so tricky as far as like how you're supposed to download and what you're supposed to do. And like they're intentionally misleading, right? Like they want you to get cooties on your computer. They want you to get all this stuff. And I don't want someone coming back to me and being like, Spur ruined my computer because he sent me to a site that gave me cooties. So we try not to do that. Why did track R quit working for me? There we go. Now we got it straightened out. All right, we're good to go. I think we are set. Let's scooch on through this red light here. And make this left. And we should, there's no turning lane here, really? Well, you know what? We're going to make our own turning lane. All right, we're finally getting out of town. But there is a boatload of traffic on. This is, yeah, I-80. This is Interstate 80. Yeah, this is uncharted territory for me, guys. Like, even in real life, I've never been in Nebraska, Kansas, that area. I've been close to Kansas. Went to a friend's house one time that was literally within sight of the state line of Kansas, but that's like as close to Kansas as I have ever gotten. All right, let's get by Saya here. Those dudes are always on the slow boat to China. Like it never fails. They're always so slow. Yeah, this truck's got some long legs. I dig it, man. We're already up almost to 65, and we haven't even got out of 9th gear yet. Yeah, get on. Yeah, get out of the way. We don't need you over here. Get in the other lane. Yeah, slow pokes in the slow lane, please. Werner hot shots into fast. Yeah, 370, she rolls pretty good empty. Of course, it's going to be a completely different story loaded. This is not how I would have imagined the North Platte area. Like, we're coming into North Platte. The Ogallala to North Platte. I would have figured it would have been more like grasslands and stuff like that. I'm kind of surprised by the trees, honestly. It could be, you know, a little bits of modeler's license on the map. I don't know. I have no clue. Maybe some of you guys can tell me, but... yeah, it's definitely not what I expected. Did they have a wreck up here? I think they did. Come on, get in ninth. Get in gear. There you go. Oh, it's an oversized load. Okay. Yeah, he's struggling. He's struggling a little bit there. It seems like she wants to hang out, right? She doesn't want to get into 10th. She doesn't have the power to make it to 10th. I guarantee when this truck is loaded, it will never see 10th gear. It will never see it. Maybe going down a hill, but otherwise, we're not going to see it loaded. Like I said, luckily we're unloaded. The map, yeah, the map's not what I expected at all. It's all right. I've heard people talk about the Midwest map. It's definitely, it's not what I expected. It's just the trees. The trees kind of throw me off a little bit. I wasn't expecting a bunch of trees out here. That's all right though, we'll carry on. We'll carry on. I hope you guys are enjoying the Werner truck. It's a pretty sweet setup. Do a little top view here for some scenery. Pretty sweet setup, a little bit of an old school throwback, right? Like you haven't seen these around in ages. I see Werner a good bit here in town. They come to the Dollar General all the time. I know because when they do roll up in the Dollar General to unload, it's like they take up half the parking lot. It's like, well, there's no going to Dollar General today because Werner's taking up half the parking lot. Like half the parking lot. You can barely get in and out of there when Werner rolls up to bring stuff, but yeah, it's always the dark blue truck, like I don't know, they're kind of plain Jane now. Like they don't seem nearly as nice as they were back in the day with the light blue and the dark blue ribbon, but I don't know. Like I said, I hope you guys like it. We can do the newer trucks sometime too, but I just really wanted to do a throwback to the old school truck. That's sweet. I love it as a cab over. I really just do. And it worked out really nice. Like it's pretty dang close. Minus a few little concessions. She's pretty close. I wonder, do they have the world's largest truck stop on this map, on the Midwest map? That's going to be over in Iowa, right? It's on Interstate 80 in Iowa. I'm curious to see. I mean, we won't see it today, but we may keep heading that way. We may do a long haul trip and break it up like we did before. I know we've done one before where we went from San Diego to Richmond or Washington, D.C., something like that. It was a super long trip. Like it took us several videos to get from point A to point B. But yeah, this is honestly, this is not the drive I'd imagined it would be. It's really just not. I always pictured that part of Nebraska like just rolling grassland as far as the eye could see. Maybe there's trees there. I really don't know. I just pictured it kind of close to where I live now, where it's just like grass as far as the eye can see, because we don't have many trees where I live in the Panhandle. It's pretty barren out here. It's like the high plains. It's kind of a little bit of mix of grassland and desert. It's kind of deserty out here. No, we're making good time. We're coming into Grand Island. Yeah, there's gonna be Grand Island exit right here. I don't know how much further we gotta go. We've got 123 miles, so we've got a little ways to go still. We'll be trucking all the way across Nebraska. Need to hop over. We need to get around this guy. You gonna let me over? No, you're just gonna hang out, right? I don't know about you guys. Driving on interstate nowadays is like really super aggravating. It's crazy. Thinking back on it as a kid, when we used to make like long trips on the interstate, it wasn't nearly as congested as it is now. I don't remember it being like the headache it is now. I don't ever remember my dad getting torqued driving down the interstate. But man, Spur does. I get torqued. Like driving on the interstate, it torques me sometimes. Like some of the stuff you run into and you see. It really just is. It's like a necessary evil. You don't like it, but you have to do it sometimes. And they're just hanging out. Like they're literally just hanging out in the left lane. That's true to life. Yeah, we'd be better off going back. Yeah, you're gonna let me over, buddy. Yeah, this is totally true to life. So I'm guessing the next map, they're working on Oklahoma. Oklahoma's going to be the next one, and then after that is going to be Kansas, and then I'm assuming the next one after that is going to be Nebraska. I'm looking forward to any map that's added to ATS, right? Because it's new places to drive and see, and the scenery quality that they've done with the last few DLC has just been amazing. I'm not stoked about the Midwest. I'll be honest with you. Oklahoma's nice. I lived in Oklahoma for many years. I lived in Oklahoma for like, what, almost 10 years. Out in the western boony part of the state. Loved it. It's a beautiful state too. I mean, I don't have a problem with it at all. Kansas, I don't know much about. I've never been up there. Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, like there's just, I don't know. Nothing is ever going to have the hype of Texas. Let's just go ahead and say that. I don't think any state that they do from this point on is going to have the hype of Texas. I still really wish they went east instead of going up north. I think the drive would have been a lot more interesting. A lot more possibilities. I was really truly hoping for like a Louisiana or maybe even a Louisiana Mississippi bundle where they're together, they're done as one. I mean, let's face it, at some point they're going to have to start bundling these states together, right? Like we can't have a Rhode Island DLC, we can't have a Connecticut DLC. Like, it would be one road, there would be nothing to it. So at some point, when they start getting around the Mississippi and definitely east of the Mississippi, some of these states are going to have to start being bundled together. I just don't see how they're going to pull it off separate states. I was hoping for like a Louisiana, Mississippi, really a Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama. I think that honestly would have been about the equivalent to Texas, road network wise. And then like a Georgia, Florida, and then we could have truly had a coast to coast drive. A really nice one. Like that would have been a really nice drive to make, and then kind of start filling into the north and to the northeast and stuff like that, you know. But it looks like they're just going to keep doing this whole up and down thing. Like I said, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, that way. I guess they'll go all the way up through the Dakotas, and then they'll step over one more to the east, you know. I don't know. I don't know. So yeah, I'll take the states. Of course, I'll get them. But I'm not super stoked about them, to be honest. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I had had thought one of the devs in a video said he wanted to get to the coast, the Atlantic, as quick as possible. Well, that's not. Yeah, that's not going to happen. At the rate they're going, Spur's going to be retired. Like, I'm going to be in a retirement home by the time we ever get into the Northeast. Like, honestly, Pennsylvania is a state that I would look forward to. I think that would be pretty cool. Pennsylvania, Ohio. I think Georgia would be really cool just to have Atlanta. What else? What are some other states? Illinois would be a really good one. I think Illinois would be cool. I think any of those states through there, like Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Pennsylvania, like that would be really cool. I'm super interested in how they're going to do the Northeast, like the smaller states. Because you even think the current compression of the map, like that's never going to work out for a Rhode Island or a Delaware. There's just no way. It'll literally be like one city. I don't know how they're going to do that. If they're going to somehow change the compression of the smaller states in the Northeast, I have no clue. Had they even like touched on that, how they're going to do that? All right, where are we coming up to? Is it the Omaha? Nice, we discovered Omaha. Okay. No clue what the Omaha skyline is like. I couldn't tell you that's accurate or not. I have no clue. But we are going to be exiting in just a second here. Yeah, the Jake's a little lackluster on this. But I think that's just the engine itself. Like, it's not the sound pack. It's just literally just the engine. All right, let's go. Let's find us a place to park this thing. Yeah, looks like we're gonna go down and around. Pet Boys and Chinese takeout. Man, some Chinese takeout sounds good right now. I absolutely love me some sweet and sour chicken. Man, I make a pig out of myself. Oh, let's turn the Jake off. Make a pig out of myself on sweet and sour chicken. What's that over there on the left? Is that a pig farm? It could very well be a pig farm. All right, we've got a little tiny service station up here on the right. I think that's going to be like our best bet as far as parking somewhere. I feel like we're rolling up in the Dollar General, right? I think we are. No, this is actually more spacious than the Dollar General parking lot by far. It really just is. This is way larger. Like it's a hot mess when Werner rolls up in the DG parking lot here in town. It really just is. Let's stop here. We don't need gas, but we're going to call it right here. There we go. We'll take one more peek at our truck. You know what? Let's pull her up just a little bit. Let's get out off this node here. It's kind of distracting, and I don't want it taken away from our truck. Get off that node. There we go, much better. Man, she looks nice, right? Like, this isn't a bad truck. If you want an old school Werner truck setup, this is it. Before I even started doing research for these trucks, I didn't even know Werner had cab overs, but they did. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Love all of you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the highway next time. Peace.